Right, hello everyone, welcome to the Nurburgring tutorial. I know this has taken forever to get out, but that's just because I've been busy with GT Academy, which I've qualified for, thankfully, coming 4th in the UK. But straight down to this tutorial, I'll be a bit rusty, but generally it's the same technique as the Suzuka tutorial. Basically, wide lines, making the corner as straight as possible, and trying to use any advantage you can get on the course to your advantage to get that gold time. Now, like last time, this is the footage of my actual lap, which was the pre-patch of the controller sensitivity. So obviously it's much easier now with the sensitivity. And yeah, so what will happen is you will come out the pits and you're going to head straight for the left hand side of the track. Now this is a very sharp corner, but there's a bit of tarmac on the exit that you can use, and then you're trying to aim to use as much of that as possible, but remain legal without it disqualifying you. So we'll just watch that here. So as you see, we've got about to brake at the 50 meter marker here, and we're going to turn straight in, knowing that the car's going to keep the grip. So there you go. And as you can see, we've used some of this tarmac, but we're remaining legal as we come off. Now you can go a bit further off and use the curb, which will still be legal, but you have to make sure you come back on the track for the next corner. Now, as you can see here, I'm going out very wide to come in. Now on the exit, there's a lot of tarmac on the right hand side. You're aiming to use as much of this tarmac as possible because it gives you a lot more speed and gives you a lot better line to the corner after. So we'll just watch this from here. There'll be a slight lift during this corner, well you can do, just to get the car around a bit more. As you saw there, a slight lift, and we're going around now. Now notice how far I am off. You can use all this because it's a tarmac area. Now this next corner you want to stay on a very inside line, so you've got a good exit of the following corner because there's a straight in between which you can gain a few tenths. Now as you'll see here, I'll stay on a very inside line. As you see there, I've come down to second gear and I'm on the very inside line now, and I've got the widest line possible to go into the next corner. Now I'm about to turn right, and there's exit tarmac here as well, but it ends quite quickly, so you're constantly turning right to come back on the track. So as you can see here, it might look like I'm going to be disqualified, but I'm not, because the left wheels are on this piece of tarmac on the left, and the right wheels are on the right piece of tarmac. So the wheel at every point of this part of the track, the wheels are on some sort of tarmac, and it only needs one wheel on a piece of tarmac to remain legal. Now we're about to come up to the first split, and from what I remember, it's going to be about 19.8 you're aiming for. That's average. I've done a 19.5 on the pad before, and on a wheel you can go even less than that. So yeah. So so we're just coming up to it. It's about there. I think the split somewhere around there. It's quite a high 19, but obviously this is the gold lap, so I do get gold. But when you get kind of a high split on the first sector, you kind of aim to be faster. I don't know, it's just psychology. You think, right, I'm gonna have to go for it now, and this does work well. Now this next corner is a left-hander. I think it was 4th gear if I remember right. We'll go through it as we look. But this isn't the important corner, it's the corner after which is very important. Oh, so we've come down to 3rd. Now we need to be left to come right straight away. And now in this next corner there's a bump in the track. And if you are slightly wide, even in the middle of the track of the corner, the bump will force you off the track. You have to remain on a very inside line. Now the controller sensitivity currently allows you to help with the bump, and on a wheel you can really control it a lot better with the bump not having any effect. But pre-patch obviously it did have an effect, so I'll go left as fast as possible to come right again. Second gear, and then it accelerates straight out. Now you need to try and make sure you use all the exit curb. Now there's a green piece of AstroTurf on the top of the curb. Now you want to use all that, but not touch the gravel, because obviously the gravel loses your time. So yes, we'll just have a look at that. I don't use any there, so obviously I could have done that corner a bit better. But there you go. Now you're aiming to be after the curb, the end of the curb, to be before 27 seconds. That's just your first visual point. Now obviously you'll get quicker and quicker and quicker, but that's just generally your first point. Right, we come up to the hairpin. Now this is more about knowing the corner rather than visual points. Now you want to use all the left curb, or left gridding should I say, because it just makes the corner that bit more straighter to go in. You keep more of your speed, and as you go through the corner you've kind of got to judge where the exit is. Now obviously a good exit, because it's a very very fast, the corners after are very fast and you don't let go of the accelerator, you're going full pelt, so you have to make sure you get a good exit out this corner. So we'll switch that here. As you noticed there, I used some of the gridding and I'm turning in now. And there we go. Look, there's not really a visual point. I suppose you could use a curb, but you're going that fast at the time, you won't think like that. So your aim is to just know where halfway through the corner is, to then just accelerate. You generally know where you're going to come out of. If you know that, then you're going to get through the corner well, and you're going to get a good split time, which is coming up. Now you want to use all the exit curb again, obviously. The more you use, the faster you're going. Simple as, really. And make sure you don't go in the gravel, of course. And this split, you want a high 33 or low 34. Now obviously with the new controller sensitivity, I think I did go on this, and you can easily get 33.7 now, I think, around there. So yeah, that's kind of what you're aiming for. We'll just stop it back here. So I've got a low 34 there. Now these are flat out. Now your lines through here, now it's very easy to go left and right and end up in the gravel on either side of the track. So you can take a wider line just to give you that bit of extra room to manage or control any sort of switch of turn, which obviously is going to happen. It's easier with the controller sensitivity now, because obviously it's 7, it instantly goes left and instantly goes right. So yeah, just try, if you do struggle, just stay a bit wider and or in the middle of the track. So as you see that, I didn't go all the way onto the inside curb, because the way the car was turning at the time, it was left and right. But as I said on the Suzuka time trial, it's pad lag, so you'll go left and go right on the pad, but it'll be still going left and slowly coming to the right. Well, slowly, but obviously it's still doing it quite quick. But that's just the reaction to the pad. Now obviously with the sensitivity it doesn't do that anymore, so yeah, just be careful in that corner, because it's very easy to go left or right too far very quickly. So this next corner is third gear corner. Sorry I'm not doing gearings on some of these corners, because obviously it was, I think I did Nurburgring Gold New Year time? Christmas, New Year time, so obviously it's some time ago, but I still remember the split times like just off my head straight away, just because obviously I was doing the time trial so much and learning with the car so much. So yeah, this is the third gear corner. You want to try and use all the entrance curb, because there's some on the inside, and all the exit curb, and you want to aim to be as far left as possible, because the corner after is a right-hander going onto the long back straight, or side straight, because it's more of a side straight, isn't it? Just before the chicane. So yeah, we'll just watch this here. So I've come down to second gear. Now I remember I did this in third gear most of the time, but obviously I've come down to second gear here. Now you want to, as you saw, I came as far left as possible, and now I'm going to, because I've just watched this video through quickly beforehand just to give myself a brief reminder, I'm going to brake during this corner, but that's because I misjudged it slightly. The best way to do this corner is not brake at all, which, you know, that's fine. But even if you brake slightly, obviously you can still get gold, as this is the gold time. But the braking jumps the car right, so you know, if you are going too fast, you are heading wide, you brake, it jumps the car right even more, and you're going to get around the corner. So as up, notice the quick sharp turn there, it was very sharp, and then we're coming on to the exit. Now this split time, you want high 48, low 49. More high 48 because it just gives you a bit of breathing space. Obviously this is flat out. Now the braking point here, this depends what you're going to do. Now on the chicane there's 4 movable barriers on the left. There's some on the right, but obviously you're not going to use that part. So you want the left hand side. Now I only found out about this on one lap because I got annoyed at some point, and I just went. I was a bit late and just went straight through, and then it didn't disqualify me. So I was like, okay. It makes me go a bit slower on the first lap, but obviously I can increase my speed on the second lap because there's nothing there anymore. So it straightens it. So basically, what you want to do is you want to brake at the 100-meter marker and try and aim to take out the furthest left on the barrier, those 2 out, and this will straighten the corner quite a lot. Now it slows you down a bit on the first lap, but then your speed is greatly increased on the second lap. So if you watch this here, braking, and notice, look, I've got 3 on the screen, and I'm going to go straight through. Now this won't disqualify me because it's a movable object, it's not a solid object. So as you see, it slowed me down a bit, it slowed me down, it decreased my speed quite a lot. But now, I know nothing's there, I can straighten that corner, go across it a lot faster this time on the second lap. Now obviously this is the last corner, and you can use the brake trick again to jump your right. I can't remember how I do it, so we'll just see what I do. And you want to use all the exit curb again, watching out for that gravel. Yeah, so look, I've tried to jump the car right a bit because I've come in fast, and obviously you do need to brake, but this is the way I did the corner. You can also see on the top left that 3 tyres are actually screaming in agony from too much wheel spin, so it shows you how much I'm pushing because of the brakes and the sliding of the car. So we'll come around the corner. I didn't use the curb there. It's best to use the curb, obviously, because you're going to get more speed out, so just bear that in mind. Now we're going to come across the line. So I got a 146. Now I remember that you can even get a 1.5 and you can still get a gold. But obviously the higher it is, the harder it gets. Now I think the lowest I got on my first lap was a 1.3.8.